Morning, everybody. Thanks for coming to class as I try to get my shoes off. Um, so today we're gonna just play with a little bit of flow and some opening, chest opening, arm opening, shoulder work. So start by sitting well. You are going to want something probably under your knees unless you're 20 years old and you have super healthy knees. But make sure you've got a towel or a blanket or something that when we start to kneel, you'll have something. And ideally, you've got your blocks, but otherwise, I think we're good. So start by sitting well in the posture that makes sense for your body so that you can sit without pain and discomfort. So you can pause here for a moment and start to center your body into your yoga practice, right? The center of your mat. And I actually had picked two different quotes this morning because they both spoke to me. And the first one is from Viktor Frankl. And he says, between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. And I love that quote because it reminds me, whether it is the yoga practice or the next words I'm going to speak or the next action I'm going to take, there is a space between the stimulus, what causes that next move, and how I respond to it. And if I can just remember to pause, right? So if we're doing a yoga pose and we know that the next step in that pose requires this, can we then choose a response that is kind and healthy and wonderful for our bodies? Or do we just plow through whether we have pain or not? When we are having a disagreement, can we pause and wait a moment and choose the response that leads to connection and appreciation instead of more anger and more response? So I think about that quote a lot, especially when I'm practicing on my own. I think, how does my body move from space to space, from pose to pose? And then the other one that we kind of talked about a little bit this morning before class is by I can never say his name properly, Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh. Yes, that guy, that lovely Buddhist Zen monk who's no longer with us, but always with us. He says, around us, life bursts with miracles: a glass of water, a ray of sunshine, a leaf, a caterpillar, a flower, laughter, raindrops. If you live in awareness, it is easy to see miracles everywhere. When we are tired and feel discouraged by life's daily struggles, we may not notice these miracles, but they are always there. So the next time you drink a glass of water, or step outside in the sunshine, or step inside for the air conditioning, remember all of the miracles that are all around us. Okay. So just kind of let that percolate in your body, in your mind, in your heart. The miracle of a simple heartbeat, right? The fact that we are here today, alive. Good. One more deep breath here. And an exhale out. And then if the eyes were closed, go ahead and open them. Hands out to your sides. Inhale, reach up. Let the left hand come down. Let the right arm go over. And then sweep that right arm all the way around in front of you. Take it up 2 more times, just like that. First, take it over. And then sweep it. Reach up. Good. Last one. First, a nice side bend. and then reach, take it up, hold, reach up with the other arm and hold that imaginary beach ball, right? What does that mean? The upper body, the shoulders, the lats, they get very active here. And then exhale the other arm down, reach, and then circle, and take it up. And just feel this movement starting, right, as we lubricate the shoulders and reach and take it up. That arm reaches up, the other arm reaches up, hold on to the beach ball, and then take that beach ball right in front of you and pull the shoulders back. Good, and just circle those fingers, just kind of shake them out, wiggle them, maybe circle the wrists, and then take the arms out to the sides. Roll the shoulders back. Now I want you to imagine a couple of things here. First, you're gonna just squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other a little bit. Now I'm not taking the arms back, they're straight out in front of me. So engage the back muscles between the shoulder blades. The fingers are spread out, but they're not screaming, right? They're soft, but engaged. And then imagine that you're going to widen the chest. So even though the back is engaged, I'm going to see if the arms will go out just a little bit more without taking the arms behind me. Take that left hand back down to the floor and then twist toward the right. Follow the arm, the shoulder. Don't let the arm go past the line of the shoulder, right? So breathe. And then take it forward, bring it all the way across, and just grab that elbow, soften the shoulder, stretch. So here's the kind of key that we're going to be playing with a lot all class. If we're here, actually, we'll just come to it so I don't have to explain it while we hold this. And release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. Take the arms up, bring them forward, pull them in, and take them out to the side. There we go. Now I'm back on those same spot. Good. Let that hand come down to the floor. Open, open, open. Start to twist to that side. Breathe. Try not to overshoot the chest shoulder line. And take it across. And soften that shoulder and breathe. See, it's when the brain engages and the body goes, yeah, I totally forgot what you were doing. And release, inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms out. Go to cactus arms this time. Same thing. The shoulder blades draw back. I'm engaging the back body. The elbows are not squeezing back. If I look, they're pretty much right outside those shoulders. Imagine somebody has my shoulder or my elbows and they're pulling those out to make the chest wider. And then twist everything to the right. And breathe. Take the right hand behind your back and see if you can find the opposite shoulder or opposite waist. And then take the left elbow and move it away from center. Ooh, oh yeah. Good, breathe. Release that, both arms back to cactus. That's a big old stretch there, right? You're going to take this time your left arm, twist to the left, bring that arm behind you. You'll notice that the right elbow wants to come across with you, and then pull that elbow back out to the side. And breathe. The chest is long, the spine is long, the right elbow pulling away or moving away from the chest. Good. Release. Take both arms up. Exhale, both arms down. Roll that out. Both arms out. Here we go. So internal, external rotation, just start to move. Now, if you've got a lot of tension and yuckiness going on in the head neck, just lower the arms. That will make a difference. And try not to get them too high up, right? So shoulder level or lower. Woo, here we go. We start to notice how heavy these arms get very quickly. Good, breathe. Release, palms are face up. Let's just pulse. Think about the back shoulder muscles, right? Rhomboids and trapezius. Think of them engaging without over squeezing. Start to find your breath. Turn the palms forward. Give me some pulses. Ooh, Lordy, I'm feeling this. Breathe. Turn the palms down. Give me a few more pulses here. Keep breathing. turn the thumbs down, pulse back, but don't overshoot. And release. Oh. I always find it amazing how heavy those arms get that quickly. All right, so I want you to take your right hand to the center of your chest, and here's the explanation part. And some of you have heard me talk about this a whole bunch. Take the arm out to the side. If I leave the chest here and take the arm back, this is what I'm talking about when we're overshooting the shoulder. So we're compressing the back shoulder joint. We're stretching through here. Now imagine, right, that we're putting weight there or something. We don't really want this to happen. Take that arm back out to the side, keep the hand here, but imagine this connection from the chest bone to the fingers so that when I move the arm back, the whole complex goes back. And you could draw a line from your chest bone to your fingertips and then come back. That's what I'm talking about. So go to the other side. I find, so I'm all about keeping these joints as safe and integrated as possible. And this is in my brain for the shoulders to keep that shoulder joint integrated into the joint itself. So the hands out, I'm engaging those back muscles a little bit. When I think of twisting or taking this arm back, I want to think of it moving from the center of the chest and keep feeling the back of the shoulder pressing back into the joint. And take it forward and release. So I hope that made sense. We'll go over that a few more times. Let's release out of this pose and come to table pose. Ideally, your knees are on something that feels good so that you aren't stressing those out. And maybe you have your blocks near the front of your mat. So take the knees a little bit wider than your normal. You can relax your toes. And just a few cats and cows here with some wide knees. Don't go too deep either way. Just start to move the spine. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Starting to get this body moving, starting to get the breath moving a little bit deeper. Good, and then just one more here. And release to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes under, and either you're going to stay here, or if your knees allow, you're going to sit back just for a second, and then round up, curl up, and come back to neutral. So press back to your heels, round up, curl up, in other words, cow and then cat, and then neutral spine. Just one more there. Sink back, warming up the hips, the knees, round it up, release into cow, come back to neutral, release your toes. Take the right hand toward the center of your mat. Take the left arm out to the side. So we're going to start slow. You're going to draw that shoulder, that arm into the shoulder joint. And you're going to do what we talked about, which is lead from the chest. Don't let the arm shoot past the line of your chest. And breathe. And then release that down to the floor. Replace your left hand with your right. Same thing. Take it out to the side. Maybe draw that shoulder in a little bit. And then take the arm up. And breathe. Little baby twist here. Release that hand, replace it where your left hand is, go back to the right, listen up. You're going to take that arm up, you're going to be mindful, don't overshoot that, right? Feel that, and then as you exhale, pretend you're going to do eye of the needle, just take that arm under, sweep it, and bring it back up. So we're not even going low, right? I'm just moving through, taking it up, just moving through that shoulder complex and up. Good. Exhale, two more. Inhale. Notice if you go back to an overshoot of the shoulder. Last one, hold it here. Breathe. If you want internal rotation of that top arm, take it behind your waist. Draw the shoulder away from the floor. Don't strain here, my darlings. Good. Take that arm up. Exhale that hand back to the floor. Let's just replace it so we're not doing too much here. Take the arm up, hold, breathe, notice, and then 5 times. Sweep it under, look that way, and take it up. Good. Exhale under and reach it up. Notice if you want to bring that arm. So sometimes we go into these twists and we overshoot the shoulder because we feel like we got to get that arm pointing straight up to the ceiling. Not so much the case, right? Good. Last one. Woo. Internal rotation. Take that hand behind your waist. Breathe. Take it back up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart. Walk both hands forward on your mat and sink back to your hips. Just stretch it out here. Isometrically pull those hands back to take your torso up. Bring those knees back to neutral and downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog, maybe take those feet just a little bit wider. Start to shake those legs out, shake the hips out, feel what your hands are doing in space. Big deep breath, everyone. Take the feet wide on your mat. Walk your hands back, just step over your little blanket there if it's there. Bend the knees, take your hands to your knees, come on up all the way, take the arms up. Exhale to your heart and shake those babies out. I did some weights yesterday, so I'm really feeling my arms already. Kind of an interesting thing. So just stand to one side of your blanket or move it and then put it back. It's up to you. And get a nice solid mountain pose stance. I'm actually a little wider than my normal. Just want to start to roll the shoulders. Good. And then hand to elbow. I didn't say that right. Hand to shoulder. And then big circle, one arm. Big, big, big. Good. One more big circle. And then let that hang and shake it. Other side. So first a circle. And then your hand to your shoulder, circle the elbow like you're making a big circle on the wall beside you. And then big circle with the arm. Breathe. And shake it out. Bend both knees, start to come forward, keep the knees bent, drop the arms, drop the head if that's okay, and do circles with the arms. And let that go. Hands to your knees, come on up, and step wide. Whew. So when you step wide, either your feet are pointing straight forward or they're turned out. That really is going to be about your knees, your hips, all that stuff. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, goddess pose. Come on down. Start to sink into the pose just a little bit. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, come on down. Good. Nice deep breath here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink down. I really want you to reach here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink. We got 2 left. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Hold that pose if you can. Drop the hands to your thighs. Now be mindful of your hips, right? Your hips, your knees, all that stuff. You don't have to come quite so low. I want you to take your right hand to your right thigh or your right elbow to your right thigh. Inhale, other arm up and over. Big squeeze of the belly, really deep lengthening of the tailbone here. Find your breath. Yep. A lot of work going on in the legs. No kidding. Keep the squat if you can. Goddess pose. Whew. Other elbow or hand stretch. Big deep breath. Goddess pose. We're only going to do one more on both sides. elbow and reach. Belly squeeze. Center, hello legs. Other side, stretch. Goddess, stand up and reach. Exhale, let go. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Heel toe those feet in. Come on back to the front of your mat. Have your blocks where you can reach them. Your cushion for your knees is where you can get to it. Inhale, take it up. Think about that stimulus response. Exhale, slowly come down. Your hands can come to your blocks. Soft back of your knees. Are you honoring your body? Are you honoring your process, right? Your moving meditation in yoga. Just feel this forward fold. The belly tones in, and it's as if you took that beach ball and put it around your belly, and your whole spine goes over that beach ball and gets longer. Bend the knees, everybody. Step back with your right leg. Move your blocks accordingly. Find that nice solid lunge. By the way, you can lower your knee to the floor, right? So you're here. You're going to keep your right hand on your block. Take the left arm forward and circle it up. Hold it at the top. Think about what we were doing right at the beginning. Draw the chest higher and watch the arm follow, right? It's as if, in fact, take that top hand to your chest on the left side and draw the chest up. Yeah, beautiful. And then take the arm up and then power up that back leg, back glute. Breathe. John, maybe straighten the wrist more so it's not bending back. Exhale, circle that arm all the way down to the floor. Step forward, push off. Yep. Bend the knees, everybody. The arms go big and wide all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it down. Soften the knees. Peel the left foot. Step back, left leg. Think about it again. What do I have to do in order to release that right arm, right? So engage your back leg, fire up the leg, start to reach the right arm forward, circle it up. Imagine the chest getting taller. Imagine a line from shoulder to shoulder. The arm is just an extension of that. And then circle the arm all the way back down. Push off, step forward. Yep, so far so good. Bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Shake it out. Woo. So you'll hear me talk about the wingspan, right? If you took your arms out to the side, fingertip to fingertip, that's the wingspan. But we need the back muscles in order to use that, right? To sustain that. So if you hear me say wingspan, that's what I'm talking about. All right, mountain pose, everyone. Just feel that. Take a moment between the stimulus and the response to pause and feel what's going on in your body. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, knees are soft. Hands can come to block. Step back with your right leg. Find your breath here. Your right hand stays on the block. Your left arm goes up, right where we were before. Hold, play with this idea. Squeeze the back glute. Internal rotation of that top arm. Reach for the opposite hip if you want. Opposite side waist, hip, thigh, wherever it lands. Breathe. Reach the arm up. Exhale that same arm down to your hand. Straighten the front leg. Straighten the front leg. Find your breath. Just breathe. Bend your front knee. Listen up. You're stepping forward, everybody. This is warm up. Bend the knees. Inhale, big wingspan, take it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Release those arms on purpose and feel like, oh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it down. Soften the knees, step back, left leg. When you're ready, when everything's ready, take the right arm up, find the wingspan again. Breathe, smile, celebrate. Internal rotation, reach for the opposite side hip. Notice belly is toned. You're moving from that twist, shoulder to shoulder line. Take that arm back up. Release it down to your block, straighten the front leg. Stretch out that hamstring. Good. Listen up here. Maybe set your blocks aside. Step back, downward facing dog. Oh, stretch it out. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, lower your knees to the floor. Maybe you've got a little child's pose there. Maybe hero pose, maybe just table or puppy. And then isometrically pull on those hands to come on up. You got it. So we're here on our hands and knees. You're not going to need your blocks for a minute, so you can set those aside. Your right knee kickstands out to the side. The left leg stretches out back. The pinky side of that toe comes down. And when I look, my knee is kind of lining up with my arch. I'm going to adjust my right hand so it's in front of my right knee, but forward of the shoulder a little bit. And then I'm going to take my other hand just to my hip, right? So we start here. The tailbone is long. The belly is toned in. The top arm goes up. Imagine, right, especially if balance is tricky here, imagine that both hip points are pressing forward. Internal rotation of that top arm, take that hand behind. Just see if you can find the other side of your wrist. And then only if you want, lift the leg that's on the floor, lift it up, hold, squeeze your glute, toes point forward. Good, breathe. So toward that wall, Celeste, the toes. Yeah, wrap that hip. Good, big deep breath. Take the top arm up. Optionally reach it over your ear, palm face down. Lower the leg, lower the hand. Listen up. Here's where it gets a little funky. You're going to walk your hands to the wide edge of your mat. Let your kickstand leg straighten up behind you. Gate pose. So adjust your legs before you do anything else. Cone the belly. Walk the hands up and take the hands to your hips. That's why we want to make sure that knee is going to be nice and cushioned. So we're in gate pose, right knee to right hip to right shoulder, right? Nice sweet little line there. Inhale, take the arms up. Your left hand goes down your left leg. It is a soft, light touch. You could lift that hand at any point. We're stretching up and overhead. And then both arms up. Exhale, right hand to right hip, push into the hip to stretch from toes to fingertips. Yeah, breathe, everybody. Take both arms up. Hinge from your hips, those hands come down. You're going to walk your cute little body back to the front edge of your mat. Change your left leg so that it is straight back from your hip. Come to plank pose, to downward facing dog. Find your breath, shake it out. Tippy toes, lower your knees to the floor. We're gonna go to the other side. So you kickstand your left leg out. You get the right leg nice and long, the pinky edge toward the back edge of your mat. Your left hand adjusts so that when you lift, your shoulder and your wrist are gonna pretty much align. My wrist is forward of my shoulder, because I know when I lift my leg, I'm gonna take the body forward some. So take the top arm up, find your breath, internal rotation, reach for the opposite side, find your balance. If you want, you're gonna lift that right leg up. Breathe, squeeze your belly, everyone. Take the top arm back up. Take it over your head. Woo, breathe. And then lower the leg, lower the hand. Walk the hands to the long edge of your mat. Sorry, I have my back to you here. Find that pose. Take the arms all the way up. As you exhale, right hand down your right thigh. Stretching side body. Both arms up. Exhale your hands to that nice side hip as you reach over. Inhale up. Exhale, hands down. Walk yourself back to the front of your mat. Let that knee slide. Let the leg come back to neutral. Plank pose. Downward facing dog. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, lower your knees. Ah, child's pose, hero pose. Anything else that feels good. And maybe if your arms are forward in your child's pose, either bring them back behind you to let the shoulders soften, or bring them underneath your forehead so that your shoulders can just get a little bit of a break there. Find your breath. How does that feel, right? That breath, that movement. Are we pausing a moment between the stimulus and the response to go, yes, where do I place my foot, my hand? Where is my breath? Am I being kind to my body? I know some of you out there are not used to a lot of flow, so you take a break. You sit for a moment and breathe. All right, so if you're in any of those poses, come back to your hands and your knees. Flip your toes under, downward facing dog, everyone. Take your feet to the edges of your yoga mat. Walk the hands back. Find a forward fold that is good for your body, whether it's low or halfway up. Bend the knees, take your hands to your knees, look up and stand up. Take the feet together, step over your blanket if you got one, come on back to the front of your mat. So we're going to kind of combine everything we just did. Maybe add a little bit if my brain is working on all cylinders. We'll see what happens. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, beautiful forward fold. Blocks or no blocks, up to you. Soften the knees, step back with your right foot. You can lower your right knee. Your right hand would be both hands would be on blocks if you're going to use them. Take the left arm up. Find that shoulder to shoulder. Find the chest moving back so that the arm can float up without strain. Breathe. Bring that arm all the way back. Take the hand back to the floor to your block, straighten your front leg. Lengthen your spine over that leg. Bend the front knee. Step back, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, lower those knees to the floor. Kickstand the right leg out. Extend the left leg. Take the arm up. Breathe. Good. Listen up. You're going to take that top arm. Just be mindful here. You're going to do that eye of the needle kind of look, right? So you're going to actually circle that arm underneath the right arm. Look to the right and take it back up. Good. Just two more. Circle and reach. Last one. Circle down and reach And then internal rotation, take the arm behind you, maybe lift that long leg. Up to you. Big deep breath. Flex the foot, engage the glute. Arm reaches up, ideally, and palm face down over your ear. Lower the leg, lower the arm. Walk the hands wide, wide edge of your mat, gate pose. Inhale, reach up. Breathe. Left hand down the thigh. I know this isn't mirroring, but I could not possibly keep the rights and left straight if I tried. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand to that nice soft hip. Breathe, stretch it out, everybody. Inhale up, listen up, take those hands to the floor. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. Big deep breath. And then only if you want, circle that arm under just for 3, reach. And take it up. Reach down. And up. Woo. And last one down. Feel your wingspan. Feel that heart open. Exhale, hand down. Walk your hands back to the short edge of your mat. Let that knee circle. Flip your toes under, plank. Down dog. Breathe. Lower both knees to the floor and find child's pose or hero pose or any other way that you can take a moment to rest here. Find your breath. That quote keeps coming back to me. Between the stimulus and the response is a choice. How we respond in the world is a choice, one that we make every day. And how powerful is that? All right, when you're ready, everybody, come on up. I'm going to just turn around so I don't have my back to you quite so long. Oh. So we're back to table pose, the downward facing dog. Take your feet wide, walk your hands back. Bend the knees, hands to knees, come on up. And then come on up to the front of your mat. And pause here in mountain pose, draw the shoulders wide. Take a nice deep breath, maybe gaze out at whatever is in front of you, soft gaze, and just take it in. When you're ready, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe. Soften the knees, step back, left leg. Your knee is up or down, your choice. The hands are on your blocks or not. When you're ready, take the right arm up. Find your breath, expand through that wingspan. Breathe. Engage that back leg, back glute, everybody. There you go. And then circle that arm back down. Straighten the front leg. Breathe, lengthen the torso. Bend your front leg. Step back, downward facing dog. Had to peel my foot off of that one. Just find that gorgeous pose. Lower your knees to the floor. Kickstand out the left foot. Adjust your left hand and extend out through the right leg. When you're ready, take that arm up. Press strongly through your long right leg, everybody. And then take that top arm, circle just 3 times, circle under and reach up. Circle under. Inhale, reach. Last one, circle down and reach up. Internal rotation, reach for the opposite waist. When you're ready, maybe lift that long leg up. Press the hips forward, squeeze that standing glute. If you're still good, take the top arm up and then turn palm face down over your ear. Breathe. Lower the leg, lower the arm, listen up. You're going to walk those hands to the wide edge of your mat. Adjust your knee, adjust your long leg. Here we are, gate pose. Walk the hands up, take them up. Breathe. One hand down that thigh, take the other arm over. You never want to overdo it. Everything should feel good. Arms up. Take that hand to the soft flesh of the hip and push into that hip to reach over, belly squeeze. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands down. We're here. Leave the left hand on the mat. Take the right arm up. One, you're here, or 3 times. Circle down and reach up. Circle it under and up. Last one, circle under and reach up, everybody. Just feel that, like, I love that feeling of the chest open, the arms extending out. Exhale your hand to the floor. Walk your hands back to the front edge of your mat. Let your knee come back to neutral. Step back, plank, hold here. Hold on to the beach ball right between the elbows. Come on, you've got this. Knees down is always appropriate. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. I know you were hoping for child's pose. Spread through those palms, lift the wrist or the palms of the hands and replace them. Take your feet wide. Walk your hands back. Bend the knees, hands to your knees. Come on up, everybody. Ooh. Shake that out. I know, right? It's and unfortunately, I thought about you all back there of turning your mat sideways because I knew it'd be a lot of side work, but I forgot. Shake it out, everybody. Good. Maybe squeeze at the wrists. And then just go wide on your mat. We're taking it down. I promise. Ah. And just hold here for a second. Maybe this time the toes point more forward than sideways. Deep hinge from your hips and allow your body to come toward the floor or to your blocks, by the way. If your forward fold is comfortable and okay for your back, you can grab a hold of your big toes with your peace fingers. Remember, you are hinging from the hips, not from the waist. If you are bending at the waist, I want you to take it up a lot higher. Find your breath. Let the head be heavy. If you've got a hold of your toes, release those toes. Put the hands in front of you or on your blocks. You're going to bend, I'll mirror here, you're going to bend your left knee and take the right arm up. Don't go far. Remember not to press past the shoulder. Keep the hips back and let go. Put the left hand down, take the right arm up. Your right knee, your left knee is still bent. So you're taking your left arm up. Sorry, I forgot I was mirroring. And take that down. Bend the right knee, hold, the left leg is straight. You're going to take your left knee is bent, take the left arm up. Place that back down on the floor, take the left arm up. Take that down. Last one here, the legs are straight. Your right hand goes center of the mat. The legs are straight. We're taking the left arm up and think of that wingspan. Keep the hips training back, by the way, so that your hip and ankle are lining up. Breathe, release. Other side. Whew. Breathe and release. Hands down. Turn those toes out, everybody. Take your hands to your knees. Come on up. Once you're up, I want you to squeeze the heck out of your glutes. And breathe. And then start to heel toe in. Come on back to the front of your mat. Just grab your block. Take that block between the thighs. Get a little reset there. Give it a good squeeze. Deep breath. And then take that block out. Let's just do one balance pose. You may or may not want to move things off your mat, especially since we can kind of wander a little bit here. So stand nice and tall. Shake out your shoulders and find your feet like really in contact with the floor, right? We start there, mountain pose. And then shift into your left leg. I'm mirroring here. Hands can come to your hips and just lift your right knee off the floor. Level out the hips and tone in through the belly. Take the left arm out. Take the right hand to the right knee and take that out to the side. A little gravity there. Breathe. Flex the foot. One, you're here. Two, the hand goes under your thigh and you extend out. And breathe. Three, you can try grabbing the big toe. And then bring it center and just release. Shake it out. Same thing, other side with the wood slat floor. I'm always trying to find the space where there's not a space. So find your balance. When you're ready, shift into your right leg. Bring the left knee up. Squeeze that standing glute, draw the hip in, take the arm out. Only if you want, take the knee out, right? As soon as we move those body parts out of center, throws us off a little. You can take the hand under your thigh, whoop, and extend out. Or you can find your big toe and extend out maybe. You can keep the knee bent too, by the way, right? Where's your balance today? And release, center, and let go. Oh, yeah. I think that's enough of that. Come on back to the front of your mat. Open up your shoulders. Maybe take the hands behind. Soft interlace as you lift up through the chest. Notice that I'm not lifting the chin. I'm actually drawing the chin back. Release, inhale up. Exhale all the way down. Step down, step back to downward facing dog. Step down to downward facing dog, everybody. Plank pose. Knees down, body down. Stay all the way down, just pause. Maybe shake those hips side to side. Notice how you're feeling. Take the feet wide on your mat and then allow the hands to come down to your sides. Turn the palms face down to start and just slightly wide, right? So not right at the hips, just take them to the outsides of your mat. Lengthen your tailbone, tuck the belly in. Feel the low ribs start to draw in. Lift just the legs. You can lift the head, neck, by the way, that might be more comfortable for some. So when you're here, big belly tone here. Lift the arms, keep the palms face down. Notice they don't go really far. Turn the palms in, thumbs are pointing down. See if the arms will lift a little more. Turn the palms up, see if they'll lift a little more. Breathe. And release fully. Shake out your hips. If you feel your low back being tender, just bend the knees, windshield wiper. And then straighten the legs if they were bent. Press through the tops of the feet, especially the pinky toes. Tailbone long, belly draws in, the legs lift. Find your breath. Hands go back, palms face up. Draw the shoulders away from the floor. Lift head, neck, shoulders, palms up. As you rotate the arms, palms down out to your sides. As you rotate the arms forward, palms face in. Woo. And then back out to the side. And then back behind you, palms up. And release. And then a very simple Sphinx pose. I think back bends are probably the poses we avoid the most, right? So what do we do here? We press the elbows. I've always been taught that you draw the elbows toward you. But when I do that, it curves my back more. And I don't particularly care for how that feels. Now, I know at least one of you are hopefully on a doubled up blanket or on your blocks. You know who you are, my darling. So instead of pulling the elbows toward you, I want you to push them away from you and feel how that widens the shoulders. With the elbows pressing isometrically away from me, I can start to tuck the low belly up a little bit more. The glutes get a little bit more active, but not a lot. But I'm certainly resting on the pubic bone more. So I feel like my low back has more space. And I want you to play there for you. What feels better? If you pull in, right, it lifts the chest, but it can dump the low back. If you push away, does that give you more space? Hold here. Take just your left hand and make it a diagonal, and then lift the elbow, just one arm. And then lower it down, bring that hand back to center, take the right hand, diagonal it to the corner of your mat, lift the elbow. And lower that down. Bring it back to center, take both hands at a diagonal, push up. Tuck in through the belly. Push the hands away from you, drop the shoulders, lower down, take the hands wide out to your sides, press, lift only as much as you want, or not at all. Lower slowly, take the hands in toward your shoulders, lift, cobra. Notice I am not straightening my elbows. Lower, release fully. Shake it out, everybody. And then turn on to one side. Once you turn to your side, bend your knees. Whew. My lighting is all washed out today. I'm still here. Breathe. Just feel your back. And then roll onto your back. You can have your strap here if you would like. You don't need it. But pause here. Feet are on the floor. Feel your body. Allow your back to settle if it's feeling a little cranky. Your right knee comes to your chest, the hands either behind your knee or your thigh rather, or your strap around your foot, either one. Shoulders are down. In fact, I'm trying to press, even though I'm holding my leg, I'm trying to press the shoulders wide and then straighten the left leg to the floor. Some of you can walk your hands to the calf muscle instead of the thigh. If you're overreaching the shoulders, if you are struggling to keep them pressing toward the floor, not on, but pressing toward, then keep the hands lower. Lift your left leg, everybody. Breathe, tone the belly, smile. One, you're here. Two, let go of the leg and the fingers reach up toward the ceiling. The shoulders stay down. Bend both knees, bring them to chest. The right foot goes to the floor, the left leg extends up, the hands go behind your thigh. Maybe a smile comes across your face. When you're ready, the right leg straightens to the floor, the left leg stays very active. Shoulders press toward the floor. Maybe the hands walk up the thigh or up the calf muscle, or you're using your strap here, which is a beautiful option. Right leg lifts. Hands release, optional. Shoulders stay down. Breathe. Both legs to chest. Both legs extend up. The hands go to the inner knees. And we allow those legs to roll out to the sides, wide legs, supine pose here. If that is too deep, those hands go to the outer thighs so that you have more control there. I'm not pushing my legs apart, by the way. I'm just letting gravity do the work. Be kind to your bodies. Be kind to your thoughts about who you are and how you look and how you bring yourself into the world. Squeeze the legs together, everybody. Bend the knees. This is also optional. Reach the arms through the center of those legs. Grab feet or ankles and come to happy baby. Now, there are a lot of options here. You can grab your big toes. You can grab the outsides of your feet. If you're overreaching, you can grab your shins or ankles. I love that version. And then you can also wrap your arms outside the legs so that your elbows and your knees are working together, and just hold on to a couple fingers. That's also a really sweet version of this. But then close the eyes. Try to let the legs be heavy. Soften the belly, soften everything that you can in this particular pose. Release whatever you're holding on to and draw the knees together. If your blanket happens to be near you so you don't have to get up, you could take your blanket and roll it and then allow that blanket to either go under your hips. So it's not really the hips, it's the upper thighs, my personal preference, or behind your knees. Take the soles of the feet together, let the knees roll out to the side. So, in either case, the blanket is maybe supporting you a little bit. Just pause here for a second. Hands can rest on your belly, releasing the hips from all that work we just did. You can also use your blocks here, by the way, to support the legs more. The back of the neck is long, the chin is level. And then you decide either stay here a little bit longer or draw the knees together, straightening one leg and then the other over your blanket and coming into your Shavasana. And just feel your whole body start to settle down. Be willing to take a moment to get comfortable. And then feel the backs of your eyes soften. Feel the shoulders soften to the floor. Heart is wide open. Feel the legs relax. Just let go. Feel your body surrender. No more effort needed. Soften down even more. Or to move your fingers and toes. Maybe take the arms overhead and just stretch it out, everyone. Very slowly bend the knees, let your feet come to the floor. Pause there. And then draw your knees to your chest. Squeeze them in, rock side to side. And then allow your knees to roll to one side or the other. Curl over, pause for a moment. And then press all the way up. Take the arms to your sides and just let those arms float all the way up. Exhale them to your heart. Bow to your own inner grace and strength. Namaste, everyone. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming to class.